Hello, it's Crypto CJ. It's the trade of the day, Monday night slash Tuesday morning Zoom edition, depending on where in the world you are. And the market mostly drifted sideways this weekend, trying to hit 70K again, Bitcoin. And some of the other coins recovered nicely. We are, I think we're in a recovery, but is it sustained? That's what we don't know. Let's go to the charts. We'll start with Bitcoin. And here we are on my Bitcoin day chart. You can see it's going mostly sideways, 68.4. So yeah, has not been able to push up above 70K and keep it. Broke up on Sunday to about 71.2, but again, drifted back down. So, for day traders, we're getting some of this action, which I like. And I wanted to show some of my recent trades. Where'd I put that? Oh, here we go. On Carbon AI, my third party system that should be available. Who knows? The devs keep working on it. So been in a beta mode for a while, but it's been working for me. And you can see I just keep doing shorts, and I'll show you on the chart how I evaluate these. But I'm stuck in this link long trade from January 29, but I've had several short trades in February. Storage is the most recent one, several on link, sort of creating a hedge with my long. And then I've got a short set on Atom. We'll look at that in a moment. And did a couple on Ethereum as well. So the trades are out there. If you want to hunt them down, shorts can be risky because if the coin takes off, it's difficult to money manage. So keep that in mind. You might want to use additional purchases are useful to a point. You might want to use the stop losses if you do shorts. So that's that. So Ethereum broke back up, but well, it lost it again. It was above 2,000 about 15 minutes ago. Now it's drifted back down. Let's look at a shorter chart, shorter time frame. Yeah, a couple dips here on the 15-minute chart. So again, we might have some more short opportunities. Atom was pumping yesterday, and looks like it's dipping again. So that's something I might short. Sorry, I've been a little scattered here, a little all over the place, but I just want to talk about the market in general. I was on Twitter briefly. I didn't really see much in the news, so we still have the same conditions: limited liquidity, potential, macroeconomic news, but nothing really come down the pike over the weekend. So let's go to our anything you care to add, Paul, or ask?
No.
Okay.
I, yeah, my only question is the moving average, the 200-day moving average, you go to indicators and I would add it that way.
Yeah, and then I think the default's a 9, so you just change the time frame to 200.
Okay, thanks. That was the only question I've got.
All right. Here we are on crypto bubbles, mostly green. I've sorted by the day. That's where Cosmos, Atom came up, number 3, up 6%. So let's look at that chart. This is my day trading layout. Supply and demand visible range by Algo for support and resistance, red zone resistance, green zone support. Then the RTI relative trend index for entries and alerts. Cumulative delta I use sometimes for confirmation. I've got an alert set on the RTI. It'll probably go off at 9:15 my time, but it dipped below the 80, and that could be a short, but we had a short fake out over here on yesterday. So again, could be a risky move. Um, so I set that short alert on the RTI like this. Right click, add an alert on RTI. Instead of crossover OB, I go with show more here. And then entering a channel, it can be the 80 and the 20. That's to go both directions. On this one, I just did crossing down and chose 80. And then my message is crypto bubbles, because that's the information source. And notifications, notifying the app on my smartphone, show toast notifications, a pop up on my laptop, and play a sound also on my laptop. And there's several to choose from. I usually choose 3 notes reverb for my day trades. So that's how you do that. So we'll see if that alert goes off during this Zoom call. Let's go to the swing trade layout on the hour chart. Yeah, this one is set up indicator wise for a long buy signal on the SuperTrend, Trendilo LSMA, moving average almost straight up. That's my confirmation indicator. Same indicators for support and resistance. So these are on board, but the candle action is negative. 1, 2, 3, 4 straight down candles on the hour chart, and we're in or at resistance. So I don't like this entry for a swing trade on a long. If it breaks above, say 235 with some force, that could be setting up a new structure. It could be useful to catch that, but I like dips and retraces, pumps and retraces. So I'm not seeing that on this setup. If I go to the 4 hour on a long, yeah, we still have the buy signal and Trendio pointing up. 6% in 25 days. That's not a very good swing trade. So I'm not liking this at all as a swing, but what I showed you earlier for the day trade could be good. All right, so that's Adam. Chili's is something I like to short as well. I've taken on gone some wild rides with that coin. But let's look at it anyway. Chili's. CHZ. Okay, it's sitting at the 80 as well, though it just bounced up. So I like to see one of these drops like this or like this. Those tend to be better movements. Like here, we had a break below 80 and 2.4%. That's a pretty good day trade. I'm usually looking for 1.5% move, and I'm at 10x leverage, so it's 15% for me. Um, yeah, I'm not that greedy on these trades, though I do have a trailing stop employed through the software I'm using, and sometimes that catches a bigger move. But I'm gonna go ahead and set an alert on Chili's. Right click on the RTI. I will choose crossing down 80 crypto bubbles. And there we go. So if it breaks down below the 80, I will know. All right, so that's crypto bubbles. Let's look at our next source, which is CoinGecko, I believe. Oh, And we'll see some overlap with um, what we've seen on crypto bubbles. Turn off my VPN. All right, there we go. That's faster. Um, all right, sort by the 24-hour. And yeah, Cosmos. Is there again, Bitcoin Cash, Link, Uniswap, Sui, BNB. Okay, most of these movements are small. Let's look at some of these coins I haven't looked at before. Let's look at Stable. What's that? It's not that widely traded. It's on Bybit, though I could trade it. Kraken, most US people can get on Kraken, so let's look at that. Okay, it looks like the other two we looked at. It's at resistance. So you might want to set that alert going both directions, or at least going down. If you can short it on Kraken, I don't know if you can. Um, there's that Atom trade. Let's look at that. Okay, so the on the RTI here, it just sort of nudged below. Now it's pointing sideways on the RTI. The candle action was nearly straight down. We have a green candle forming here. I don't know. Not sold on this. I'm gonna pass on this one for now. But if it breaks back up and then back down again, I'll get another alert and I can reevaluate. Plus Bitcoin is probably up a little bit. Yeah, Bitcoin just made a big move up and then yeah, broke 69. So yeah, I don't like that setup as a short. So I think we'll pass on that. Put this on the hour chart. Might get back to it later. And okay, where was I? I got a little okay,
You were looking at stable.
stable, right? And it's not gonna bring that back. All right, well, stable looked a lot like Atom and Chili's, but I wanted to look at the swing trade, so we'll do that. Okay, well, this just kind of went nuts. Changed formats when I hit the back button, so I guess that's not the best way to do that. All right, we're on a Kraken chart. And yeah, we're at resistance on the day trade layout. On the swing. So anyway, potentially a good place to short if that option's available. On the swing, the indicators are on board, but we're at resistance on the 1 hour chart. The 4 hour, same thing. 8 hour, same thing. Day chart, pretty much the same, though we had a big wick. This first hit Kraken up to 6 cents. So I guess it has retrace potential to that, but that's you know, these initial listings sometimes go crazy and then settle down. I don't like depending on that for my retrace. So stable is a swing, not liking it, but potential day trade with the same setup as the other two, Atom and Chili's. All right, let's go back to CoinGecko. Meme Core, what's that? I think this is it. All right, well, this one's on several exchanges, including our new friends at Blowfin. Let's look at that chart. And at resistance on the day trading layout. So set your alerts if you want to short it. Let's go to a swing trade. Indicator action's really strong. Candle action's strong. We're late to this party, but yeah, 6% in 6 days. That's not so good. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. All right, well, this looks a little better. 16% in 9 days. That's a good swing. I like that. So do your own research, not financial advice, but you could get in now and potentially ride this back to where it was earlier this month. Dip and retrace. And, 15, 16% is a good swing trade. So that's an option on meme core. Okay, well, that's about it for CoinGecko. Let's look at our last one.
So when it takes a big dump like that, do you do any research as to if there's any reason for the dump, or you just go by the charts exclusively?
I'm more interested in the charts because the charts eventually tend to incorporate whatever reason caused that price movement. But if you want, you can look at the major headlines of a coin tend to be here in the trading view. Um, so that would be a place to look. And
Okay.
if it's a real serious headline, it'll usually be there.
All righty.
But I'm
Thank
not
you.
saying to only rely on trading views information
Right.
for your information.
I
It's good
just
to
see a big dump
subscribe.
like that.
Yeah. It's good to subscribe to a few sources, which I do. I talked about oh shoot, now I'm forgetting. Let's see. Yeah, Token Metrics, Good Morning Crypto, which is by the Banter Group out of South Africa. So I got a few of those sources. Okay, so yeah, let's head over to chat. Let's look at that. Oh, Frank's here. Hello, Frank. ECH WMTX. Okay, we'll look at a couple others. So
And
hmm, right. Okay, we'll look at a swing trade. Swing trade here. ACH is towards support. Indicator actions disagreeing. Let's go back to the 1 hour. Yeah, you might want to set an alert on the SuperTrend to catch the next move up. Probably happen around here, but not much of a move. It's not much distance between um, the red zone and the green zone. So at least on the 1 hour chart, the 4 hour, yeah, it looks quite a bit better. That might be the better one to set the alert on. Maybe it goes off about here. And then 48% in 23 days. That's a really good swing trade. So I like that option on the 4 hour chart. Let's look at the day trade option. And it's kind of chopping here in this zone. It just dipped below the 20 and bounced back. So this is ready for a long pretty much now. And then the red zone's 2.4%. So, that's not bad as a either um, day trade on the spot trade or a leverage trade. So either one would be good. Do your own research on that. Um, what's the other one Frank was wanted to look at? WMTX. Okay. All right. Not on Blowfin, but on Coinbase. So this is another one that's been beaten down, it's ready to come back. Just broke above the 20, so this one's ready now. And then retrace potential, 4% in a little over a day. So-so. So that's WMTX is a day trade. Let's look at the swing option. I know Frank's more of a swing trader anyway. On the 1 hour, Trendilo just turned green, but we don't have a super trend signal yet, which probably kick in around here. And 9.5 to 10% in 5 days. Pretty good swing trade. So I like that setup. So this one actually looks better as a swing than a day trade. All right. Thanks for those suggestions, Frank. And now we will head over to CoinMarketCap and the community sentiment, what their members are interested in. On the bullish side, we've got SHIB, was I think at spot number 10 during the last call. It's number one now, 92.2% bullish. This is just what other traders think. So that can be useful, but you match that up usually with the charts before you rely just on sentiment. We got Stellar, XRP, HBAR, coins I like to trade. Atom we looked at already. Let's look at Stellar. Haven't looked at that in a while. Oldie but a goodie. Um, it's on a lot of exchanges. It's on Bluefin. There it is. Okay, now this one is just bounced off. Well, no, it didn't. It didn't break the 80. So, and we're at support. So this is not where you'd want to short something. Don't want to short at support. So I would set the alert to break above the 80 and dip back down. It's doing that now. So, hmm. Yeah, I don't like this candle action green zone here on a short. It's bounced off this multiple times last last week or so. So I don't like this as a short. You could set it as a long to break below the 20 and back up on the RTI, and then that would be a little bit better. Maybe get in about here, retrace, and I'd probably still be in that trade. Yeah. All right, let's look at the swing then. I don't like it as a day trade. On the 1 hour, we're close to resistance and not much room for a retrace on the 1 hour chart. On the 4 hour, you want to set your alert for a buy. Trendilo just turned against us. On the long side, if it flips again, 22%, 25 days, not bad, but I think the others we looked at were better contenders, so I don't like XLM really on either of these setups. So I think I'll pass on that one. And XRP is the other one I want to look at. All right, it's bouncing between the 50 and the 80 on the RTI, but it's hanging around support. So it's got potential as a long. Retrace about 5% in a day and a half. So not bad. You might set the alert on the 50 on this for a long. I don't like it as a short because it's right at support. Looks like XLM. These XLM and XRP trade pretty similarly anyway. I'd forgotten that. So yeah, I think I'd take this as a long to break above the 20 or the 50. So right click on the RTI, add an alert, crossing up on the 20 or the 50. I think I'll go with the 20. I'll be conservative. And message, coin market cap. And yeah. So I've got two short and one long alerts today. So that's probably sufficient. And let's go look at this as a swing. And we don't have the super trend on our side yet. Candle action sideways. Trendilo LSMA pointing up slightly. Mm, Not a great setup for a swing. 4 hour looks better. Though again, same. Well, we're in a buy actually already. So yeah, 26% in 18 days. That's a pretty good swing. And Bitcoin on the 4 hour is mostly sideways, though trending up in the most recently. So Yeah, if you're an XRP fan, you might want to consider that one. Let's see.
Where do you usually set your stop losses? At about what percent?
It's not a percent. It's what I see on the chart. Okay, and Frank, I see your message. I'll hang a little longer after this is over. But to answer Paul's question, yeah, like for example, if I took this as a long and I wanted to do a stop loss, I'd put it below the green zone somewhere. But what I don't like about stop losses is the market makers see them too. They see the same structure and they like to clear out stop losses and then manipulate the market back up. So
Yeah, of
that's why
course.
I like the additional purchase better. That way, if that happens, I can benefit from it. So
Gotcha.
yeah. But if there's a black swan event, a total, an FTX or something like that, if you don't have a stop loss, you can get pretty serious trouble. Probably get, if you're on leverage, you get liquidated. And that's happened to me more times than I care to admit. So you have to decide what kind of trader you are and, what the market's showing and make that decision accordingly.
Yeah, well, that's what, with leverage, that's why I was asking that.
Mm.
You don't have leverage, it's not as bad.
No, that's true. That's why if you're trading spot, that's way safer. You'll get good at spot before you introduce leverage. Um, all right. Well, I think that's about all I have for today's day trades and swing trades. Again, shout out to Blowfin, my new partner. If you're in the USA or one of the other forbidden lands for crypto exchanges, uh, you don't need KYC um, or VPN to access Blowfin. I've used it. I've made about 20, 30 trades on it. It's been smooth. Um, start small. Don't put your life savings into it, but check it out if you're so inclined. And if you use my link, I think we both benefit. So that's about all I have on that. And yeah, check out the pinned comment for other opportunities. They help support the channel. And I'll wrap it up here. See you guys on Thursday night/Friday morning. Bye.